Good morning, guys. I want to talk to you about 4 to 5 busy days in a month where you make all your money. So, one of my teachers taught me this years ago. This is 19 years for me in the business. And when I heard this, it clicked. And I heard this probably like in the 12th or the 13th year of being in business, maybe even later, maybe 15 years. And he said, Zane, listen, you make all your money in 4 to 5 days in a month. And I said, what? What do you mean? He said, well, listen. You have on average every month about 4 to 5 big days where you do, in our case, 20 plus thousand in sales. That's where all the bro cars come in. You get 15, 20 bro cars each of those days at least. And if you miss one of those days, you will have a whole month come down. Now, generally those days will come in once a week just because it's the nature of the beast, but nobody can really predict those days. There's no human being that can predict market. My father used to teach me as a child because he was in business. He said there's two things in life that you can never know when they're going to come. The first is death. The second is the customer. And that's the reality. You don't know when they're going to show up. And when they do show up, you believe you better be ready or you're going to get your lunch eaten by someone else. So generally how it happens is you have one day a week where you do 20K. And then that happens 4 times a month. And that's how you save your week, let's say. Now, if you miss one of those days on that week, you don't show up, the manager's not there mentally, or he's physically not there, or the team's just not ready. Mentally, they're not ready to take those cars in. And then instead of having a 25K day, they have a 12K day. And then the rest of the week, they're like, oh man, we're so slow. What they don't realize, and maybe we all don't realize, is that on the busy weeks, really you're not busy every day. What happens is you have 1 or 2 days where you just sell so much work that it keeps your technicians stacked up for the rest of the week. So then you don't have to send anyone home. The writers are stacked up because they got parts that they got to worry about. And incoming here and there just feels like a lot because you have a pile of work already sitting because you killed it on those 2 days. And then anything else just feels like, oh, we're so busy. But in reality, you're only busy usually about 1 or 2 days max in a week where you do all your sales. At least 50% of your sales will happen in about 2 days in a week. And if you mess up one of those days, you're going to say, oh, we're so slow. So you're not slow. It's just that you missed one of those busy days. Now, what if these 3 busy days come in 1 week? So remember, these are the 3 to 4 days or the 5 days in a month where you sell 50% of your monthly auto repair. So if you miss one of those days, in theory, you lose 10% of your monthly sales and you're going to ruin pretty much a whole week. If you miss 2 of those days, you're going to lose about 20% of your monthly sales, and you probably would ruin at the very least 1, maybe 2 weeks. But here's the thing, guys. Sometimes those 3-4 days can come in a row, right? And here's what happens. You get that day, you get 25 grand in sales, you kill it, and the next day you're maybe just tired. So what happens, you miss that opportunity, and then it loses that sales, and that week will come down. But I have seen this, guys. Sometimes you're not locked in and ready, and those 4 days come at once, and you lose all 4 of them. And you lose 50% of the volume of your whole month. You absolutely destroy your week. But what's worse is then you sit around the whole month, you sit around saying, Zane, we're so slow. You end up sending people home, right? It just brings the whole staff down. It brings the shop down. And then you're like, oh, there's something wrong with the shop. It's like, no, you missed that big day. And then there was another big day. And then there's another. And it was like a jackpot where you could have hit 3 home runs. And instead, you had your thumb in your mouth and you weren't ready. And now you're sitting around complaining about how it's slow. See, guys, it's never going to be linear. You have 25 days that we were working. You don't sell. If a shop does 250 grand in a month, you don't just sell 10 grand every day. That's not how it works. You'll sell 30 grand one day, 20 grand another day, 25 grand another day, and the rest of the days you'll sell 8 grand or maybe 7. And then you're like, we're not that busy. You're not busy. You missed those big days. Go back and check the data. We actually have data to prove all of this. You can go in TechMetric, click on Sales Detail Report, and select it by day, go to last month, and you're going to have these big towering days where you killed all your revenue. And if you take those 4 or 5 top days out, just do the math. You're going to lose about 50% of your sales. So we have the data to back up all these claims that I'm making. So the whole point here is the shop that is ready is the one that's successful, because you never know when that customer is going to come. You never know when that big day is going to come. And if you're not locked in and you're out there lollygagging, you're going to absolutely lose your revenue, and then you're going to complain about it. It's slow. The second is, that's why we train every single day. When that day comes, you look to your team and say, Spartans, this is what we've been waiting for. The whole Leonidas thing, right? He looks to them and he says, this is what we've been training for. Why are you guys surprised? And the team that is the most ready is the team that absolutely crushes it when those days come. When that battle comes, your team is locked and loaded. They are foaming at the mouth. They're like, thank you, Lord, for these busy days. This is what we've been praying for. But if your team is not ready, you're not ready as a leader, you're going to be scrambling. Oh, I don't know what's going on. And then when you completely lose that day and you get a $600 average ticket on that day instead of a $1,200 average ticket on that day, you're going to complain about how it's so slow, and then guys that are ready are going to eat your lunch. So I hope this helps, guys. There's only about 4 to 5 days where you make all your money. So the whole lesson here is we don't know when, but if you stay ready, if you stay focused, and if you get your team excited about those busy days instead of running away from it, you will absolutely crush it. You will be able to monetize and capitalize on those opportunities, build customers, and be able to use that momentum to get into the next month and kill it again. I hope it helps, guys. Again, stay ready. Thank you very much.